shift to chasing professional basketball dreams with one Paisley Harding.
Yes, she's in Seattle. She's trying to make the Seattle Storm, and this morning I spoke with Paisley about that process. Paisley, long time no talk. Maybe it's been a couple of weeks. How you doing?
I'm doing really good, thanks.
Awesome. So tell us about your setup as you try out for the Seattle Storm. How's that going?
It's been so incredible. I'm like amongst the all-stars of the league, which is pretty crazy. Sometimes I catch myself just like watching them work magic while they're playing basketball during practice. I don't know. It's really cool. They're so willing to help. They're so nice. And I don't know. I feel really lucky to be here. It's kind of interesting that it's like in my home state. It's really close to home. So it's just a really special experience for me right now.
As a Washingtonian, yeah, what does that mean to get a chance to try out for the Storm, who are a great team in the league? And you mentioned Sue Bird and Brianna Stewart and all these amazing players.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy like coming back home and being I don't know, the response has been amazing from like my family and my friends and people that even live here in Seattle that are like, I'm here, I live here, like, please do so good, like, you're gonna do great. So it's really it's special. It's really special for me to be able to try out for this team here in Seattle.
How are the tryouts going, and what will it take to make the team, and what are kind of the timelines associated with this?
So the trial, training camp is like 2 weeks. So it started on Sunday, and we have 2 preseason games. One's this Saturday and one's next Saturday. So it's been good. Practices have been long. We've been learning new plays, new concepts. As much as it's a new experience for me, it's a new coach for all of those girls as well. So a lot is what they've done before with the team, but then they're also learning new things with the new coaching staff. So they're definitely far ahead of me with like understanding what's going on, but we're still like all learning kind of in the same spot. But so far I'm still here. I haven't got cut yet, so that's really good. Right now, so I don't know if a lot of people know, but a WNBA team, their roster cap is 12 people. And then on top of that, they have a salary cap that really isn't a lot for all the women that should be like on a team. So some teams will take like 11 players or 10 players just because like I have Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, Jewel Lloyd on my team here. Like those girls are like max salary people. So they're going to be paid the most and a big chunk of the salary. So projected right now, just within the media that I've seen, it's going to be an 11 person roster. So I'm one of 6 rookies. So there's 12 girls who are veterans of the league that are also trying out. So right there, that's a really big like difference. For me to make the team, I would need to beat out one of the veterans and beat out one of the 2 girls that got drafted to the Seattle Storm. So there's a jump that I have to make, and right, fingers crossed. So we'll see if I stay, which I really hope that I stay, and I'm able to. I hope we all stay and we're able to play this Saturday game. That will be like an incredible experience for me to be able to like be there, suit up for a WNBA basketball game, be in a jersey, have my last name on the back with a Seattle Storm little jersey in front. So I don't know. I'm really excited. We'll see what happens. We're rolling the dice, but I mean, what I'm getting out of this experience, whether I make the team or not, is, I mean, huge. Like this is this is amazing. I'm so extremely grateful to be here and have this opportunity.
Yeah, what a great opportunity. And at least you got a bag of Nike stuff, it looks like, to your right.
I bought this, but yeah, true.
Yes, at least you went to the store. Yeah. Well, best of luck with that. I do want to ask you about Jeff Judkins and his retirement. Certainly this was something that we thought maybe could happen, but we thought he had a couple more years. Did it catch you off guard? And what's your reaction to the news?
It did catch me off guard. I wasn't even in the meeting that he had with the team because I graduated. Apparently after you are done, after that last game, it's kind of like, yeah, you're not a part of the team anymore, which is kind of sad. Obviously I was still going and working out and seeing the girls, but those like more team meeting sort of things are definitely more like the seniors got to go. We were there an extra year. They're like, you guys have got to go. No, they're so sweet. But I wasn't there. I found out through people and like the Instagram. And so, yeah, I was pretty shocked. I didn't see it coming. I saw him retiring in the near future. I did not see it being like so soon and after the season. But I mean, like I've been a Jetty stan my whole career. He's done nothing but improve me. He's helped me get to this spot I am today. Like if it weren't for him, my basketball IQ would have been like minimal. So I feel very blessed and appreciative of him to have put me in the situations where I can be successful. I mean, and even just as a basketball coach, like not even just that, but him as a person was so fun to be around. We all know how funny Jetty is and how loving and caring he is. I always felt a lot of comfort when he was around, and like he always had my back. He always had everyone's back on the team if we ever needed him. So yeah, I was shocked, but I'm really proud of him. He had an amazing, coaching career here at BYU. I mean, he's an amazing man. I really love him, and I will stay in contact with him forever.
One of the greatest Utes turned Cougars ever, right? Yeah, he did such a tremendous job. Who do you feel like should be in the mix for the head coaching job?
So Lee has always made a he's never like, oh, I want to be a head coach. No, I've had multiple conversations with him about coaching because he's asked me the same questions, like, Paisley, would you ever want to coach? So I think he's a great candidate. I mean, he was Jetty's right-hand man when it came to practices and helping him out, teaching concepts. I mean, Lee has a basketball brain that we all wish we had. He sees the game differently than like most basketball players, where fans don't see the game the same way basketball players see the game, and then basketball players don't see the game the way some of these coaches see the games, where they're moving pieces and they see things before they happen. Like, he has a basketball brain just like Juddy, and I feel like he has a great opportunity to be a head coach here for the BYU women. I also think it's a good way to keep things familiar for those girls because, I mean, Lee has his own concepts and his own desires to coach a basketball team, but it's obviously going to be different than Juddy's, but there's still that familiarity with Lee. And I mean, everybody knows Lee, right? He's so fun. He's a great guy. He's a great man of faith, and he's just willing to do anything and everything to make sure we're like ready to go for a basketball season. So I wish him all the luck. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are going to apply, but I really wish him a lot of luck for that position.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Dan Nielsen's probably in the mix as well at Utah Valley. Nancy Warner, successful high school coach, could be in the mix as well. So those feel like three good candidates. Whoever it's going to be a good coach, and they're going to have a stacked team with Lauren and Shaylee and Emma and Nani, and that's a pretty good group, which is pretty exciting. I do want to finish with this, Paisley. How would you summarize last season in your mind?
Wow. Wow. I loved, like, I could not have asked for a better season to go out on. I mean, above anything, I made like relationships for life. The memories I was able to accumulate this last year were so fun. I mean, it was a very memorable year in so many different aspects. And the basketball was amazing. I mean, we competed hard and we won a lot of games, and we won by a lot in a lot of games. Like, we had a very historic year, and I'm very proud to be a part of that. I mean, being a part of any type of history that's good is very, I feel proud. So I'm very happy with how it goes, but more importantly, like, those relationships that I have with every single person, support staff, coaches, trainers, media, my teammates especially, like, that's really what matters the most to me. And I can't even put a word on this last season, but I mean, the memories I was able to make with those girls, I mean, are gonna last a lifetime.
That's what it's all about, and it was special and fun to follow from our perspective here as well. Well, congratulations on not only the season, but trying out for the Storm. Hey, we want to see you play the LA Sparks on Saturday, so good luck the next couple of days to try and get to that game and then see if you can't continue after that.
Thank you.